Hey, welcome to Physics Everywhere. This video is going to go through a concept of cross-multiplying and why it is mathematically wrong. So let's start off with a little bit of a basic math relationship. 2x plus 5 is 15. We want to solve for x, which means I'd like to isolate the x on the left-hand side. So this is just a standard procedure. What I've done is subtracted a 5 from the left-hand side, which means I also have to do it from the right side. Whatever you do to the left, you have to do to the right. So in this case, we've got a plus 5 and a minus 5 on the left-hand side, and those will actually go to 0. And on the right-hand side, we have 15 minus 5. So that leaves us with 2x equals 10, and we're solving for x. So if I want to get rid of the 2 in front of the x, our next step is divide by 2. 2 over 2 is 1, but whatever I do to the left-hand side, I also have to do to the right-hand side. So now we have 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, those cancel off. So 2 over 2 is just 1. On the right-hand side, we've got 10 divided by 2, which gives us x equals 5. So this is just a basic recap of some math. Okay, let's look at another relation. We've got 2x over 3 equals 8 over 6, and obviously we want to solve for x. So the idea of cross-multiplying is I'm going to take my 6, which is on the bottom of the right, and I will multiply it by the 2x. Then I will take my 3, which is the denominator of the left-hand side, and multiply it by the numerator of the right-hand side. So when you go to do that, you end up getting 6 times 2 is 12, 3 times 8 is 24. So we now have 12x equals 24, and I want to solve for x. So I have to divide the left side and the right side by 12, and a 12 on the top and a 12 on the bottom cancel off, and now we're left with 24 divided by 12, which when we simplify that gives us x equals 2. So the problem is this step right here, we're just taking a denominator and multiplying it by a numerator on the other side, and same thing here. It's a shortcut, but this is not proper math. Okay, so we follow the rules of math, which is essentially what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. I've got my same relation of 2x over 3 is equal to 8 over 6. So I am going to simply multiply the left-hand side by 3, because we know if we have a 3 on the top and a 3 on the bottom, they will cancel off. But if I multiply the left-hand side by 3, I also have to multiply the right-hand side. So on the left-hand side, we've got a 3 on the top, we've got a 3 on the bottom, those cancel off, and we're left with 2x. On the right-hand side, I have 8 times 3, which is 24. 24 divided by 6 is 4. So now we have 2x equals 4. I want to solve for x. I'm going to divide both sides by 2, just like we've done in the past. I have a 2 on the top and a 2 on the bottom, so those cancel off and you're left with 1. And then finally 4 divided by 2 is 2, which means our final answer, as it was on the previous page, is still x equals 2. Difference being that this is sound math, where you're doing the same thing to both sides. You can see we've multiplied both sides by 3, then we've divided both sides by 2. That is not the same as simply taking a denominator on one side and multiplying it by a numerator. This is a shortcut. It is not actually true math.